everyone, and welcome to Golf Center. We are on location this week in Harbor Town for the RBC Heritage presented by Boeing. And Heather, what an exciting week it is.
This is such an exciting week. Actually, just seeing my friends pass by on the yacht there over there. Hey,
Bye-bye.
guys!
Have a good time.
That's Dick and Cindy Foster and their children, and it is
It's what
wonderful.
Heritage Week is all about.
It is. It's the best. We have so many people here. It's such an exciting feeling. I get chills actually talking about it right now. We're here on the 18th hole, seeing the players are coming here. Everyone's excited. All the top players are here. But before we discuss more,
we have some stories from golf that we need to cover before we talk about RBC Heritage.
We do. The Masters just finished up. What an exciting ending. Chris, what did you think about that?
There were so many intriguing storylines, Heather. I really don't know where to start. You know, do we start with the fact that Adam Scott, coming off the disappointment of the British Open or the Open Championship last year, bogeying the last 4 holes to end up losing to Ernie Els by 1, coming along and getting a playoff victory. Angel Cabrera, ranked 200 and something in the world, coming back and having a great week at the Masters, birdieing that last hole when he had to. You know, Adam Scott came to 18, made the, how long did you say it was, about 15, 18 footer?
18
I think that's about what it was.
And then that's what forced the playoff to happen.
Well, Cabrera had to hit it in there tight. They had the playoff, went to the first playoff hole. Both of them ended up just short. They chipped up. Cabrera actually almost made his.
He did.
For the birdie, and then they went to the second playoff hole, and the second playoff hole both hit the green in regulation, and Adam Scott drained about 15 footer, a little downhill right to left on a tough green to garner his first major championship. So very exciting time for him.
Really exciting. And a lot of women especially are talking and trending on Facebook now that they're just starting to watch golf because of Adam Scott. I've been on this train for almost 6 years now. He's gorgeous. He is an Australian and is the first Australian win for major, which is huge news. So even Mark Leishman, he didn't win, but you could tell that he was so excited for his fellow friend.
And Mark Leishman had a great finish. You know, he tied for 4th with Tiger Woods. Jason Day, another Aussie, finished 3rd, and Mark Leishman is going to be here this week in the RBC Heritage along with Jason Day, so that's very exciting stuff.
He is. In fact, actually, I ran into Jason Day last night.
Did you?
At the pairings party at the Pro-Am here at the Harbor Town Golf Links Clubhouse. He was very nice and already had a swarm of ladies following him. So
I'm sure. So let's talk a little bit about some of the intriguing stories from the Masters real quick. Number 1, the Tiger Woods penalty.
yes.
The last couple days, the people are not really sure if he really took a drop that was, for lack of a better term, illegal and should have been penalized. Photos are coming out now to show that he dropped it pretty darn close to where he dropped the ball, or where he played his first one from, that hit the flag and went in the water on 15. So now we're not so sure if Tiger maybe got a 2-stroke penalty.
Do you think it was intentional? Or
oh, absolutely not, no.
I didn't think so either.
I mean, intentionally as far as breaking the rules, absolutely not. No way.
I agree with you.
And I think the way that they proceeded in terms of applying the 2 strokes afterwards and continuing on was exactly the right thing to do. And we also had another penalty issue when it came to the 14-year-old Chinese amateur, the youngest to ever play in Augusta, Tianlang Guan, who had a slow play penalty on Friday, was assessed 1 stroke, but fortunately it wasn't too much as he made the cut right on the number. Imagine that, a 14-year-old making the cut.
It was spectacular, and his attitude probably even outweighed not only that great play that he had, but he really acted as if he was, we were saying earlier, in his 30s at least.
Very mature, very mature, handled it very well.
Really well, and I'm so glad that he made the cut.
And I've heard he's already accepted a sponsor's exemption into one other PGA Tour event for the year, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him. We've got to get to the RBC Heritage and talk a little bit about that. I have actually gone ahead. Sorry I'm using paper, everybody, but I need to. I have outlined some of my favorite players and people to watch for this week, so if you don't mind, I'm going to buzz right through. You tell me what you think of my choices. First, I've got John Daly. How don't you enjoy watching John Daly?
Oh, he's a blast. 2 years ago, I followed him here. He's a blast.
He likes to swing at it hard.
He does.
And who doesn't like to watch the long ball?
And you can see him from down the fairway, and you know that's him, and you're following. You want to follow.
He's going to be fun. Jason Day, who we just mentioned. We have Luke Donald is going to be here. Ernie Els is here. Jim Furyk is here. Tommy Two Gloves Gainey is here. Matt Kuchar, who had a very good Masters, he's the 2012 Tournament Players Champion. Mark Leishman, who we just mentioned. Graham McDowell, former U.S. Open champ. Our defending champ is Carl Peterson. He is obviously here. U.S. Open champion Webb Simpson is here. Brant Snedeker, past champion of the RBC Heritage, is here. Kyle Stanley, Kevin Streelman, Camilo Villegas, and Boo Weekley. And that's just to name a few.
Strong
Anybody
field.
else you know is coming that you like?
You know, I was surprised I saw Aaron Badley yesterday, and he's been a really favorite of mine. I'm really glad that he's here. And what is so unique with the Heritage is that it is an invitational tournament. So as most tournaments, there's normally 156 players in the field each event and each week throughout the PGA Tour. But this week is special and is one of the only invitations, so we're only going to be having rest players. So every one of them are the best in the world, and they've been invited to be here, and we're excited to have them.
Well, it's a great week. We hope you come out here and watch some golf. And that's all the time we have for this segment. Stay with us here at Harbortown as we have more here on Golf Center.
On WHHI Sports. Welcome back to Golf Center. I'm joined here by Bill Wagner. So nice to have you. He is the Director of Sales of the Heritage Classic Foundation, and really exciting to get to speak with you. We have some nice questions to ask you.
Right.
First I want to ask you is how long have you been here with the Heritage Classic Foundation for?
I have been with the foundation now for 9 years. This is my 9th tournament, and I was on the sponsor side of the tournament for 13 years with the Westin and the Crown Plaza, which is now the Sonesta.
Wow. So you've been involved with this tournament and
22 years.
Wow, you've dedicated a good lifetime.
So
there.
definitely he's no rookie at it, Heather, that's for sure. Bill, can you tell us exactly what you do for the Heritage Classic Foundation and the RBC Heritage?
Yeah, absolutely. But my responsibility is really to go out and find corporate sponsorships. Corporate sponsorships actually account for about $1.8 million of the revenue that the tournament brings in, which subsequently flows down to all the charities.
Got it, that sounds terrific. Heather, you had something else for Bill?
Yeah, how did you do in those corporate sales this year?
This year we're up 4% over last year, which in this economy I will take 4% in a heartbeat.
Any day.
Absolutely.
Could you share with me how many corporate sales you might have had? Maybe an estimate?
Well, the total sponsors
viewers?
vary,
Okay.
really, from skybox sponsors to tent sponsors to expo, just regular patron sponsors, heritage club sponsors. So we're right around 50 to 60 sponsors, and collectively 15 of our major sponsors that have been with us for a collective 275 years of sponsorship. Some have been with us for 40 years, some have been with us for 30 years and 20 years and so forth.
It's very evident and clear that this tournament would not be able to be possible without our sponsors and the large community and support that you really receive every year.
Absolutely. We couldn't do it without them, and couldn't do it without the volunteers, and couldn't do it without the community support.
It's incredible. And also, lastly, could you share with us too, you've been here partnered with WHHI, I believe, for the last 6 years. Do you mind sharing with us some special projects that you might have done with us?
It's been a great partnership, and what we created originally 6 years ago is what we call our bus DVDs, which are actually commercials on all of the coaches and the transportation that takes the spectators, and also this year with the video board. So it's been a great partnership.
Excellent. Well, you'll be able to find that as you're coming throughout the week here, and it is Heritage Week. I hope that all the not only volunteers, employees, but our crowds of fans, our golf lovers, it is one of the best weeks, not only on the PGA Tour, but also here in local Hilton Head Island. So please come visit us, Bill. It is such a pleasure to get to interview and to get to discuss more about what you do in depth.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and continue the great success you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Bill.
Thank you.
In this segment, we're very fortunate to be joined by Steve Birdwell, the president of Sea Pines. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Welcome. We appreciate having you here very much. And we have Cary Corbitt, the vice president of sports and operations. Cary, thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule this week to be with us.
Glad to be here, Chris. Thank you.
Steve, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What has the tournament over its 45-year span basically done for Sea Pines?
Well, it's quite a question. We've really been so fortunate to have all the publicity that we've had, and the airtime on CBS and the Golf Channel, and just the overall publicity, nationwide press has just been tremendous in helping us build our brand at Sea Pines Resort.
How about the economic impact directly for Sea Pines by the tournament? What do we see directly out of it?
Well, the resort is operating at full capacity this week, and we're so pleased and fortunate to have all that activity. The restaurants are busy, and our other 2 golf courses, in addition to Harbor Town, are also full at capacity, so we're just happy to have all this great activity in the resort.
Cary, that takes me over to you now. Everybody that comes here knows about Harbor Town, but not everybody knows about the other wonderful 2 facilities over at the golf club at Sea Pines. We have Heron Point and the Ocean Course. Tell us a little bit about what's going on over there and the total redo of the clubhouse there.
I will, thanks. Our newest golf course is Heron Point by Pete Dye. Another golf course very unlike Harbor Town Golf Links in that it does not have flat lies, and it's got a lot of unique characteristics that Pete has brought out in our new golf course. It opened in 2007 to much acclaim throughout the community, and we are just very proud of it. Then our next golf course, our Ocean course, is a little more customer-friendly golf course.
A little more user-friendly, so to speak.
Right, exactly right. And it's also a unique and great golf course that our resort guests and our members and property owners enjoy every day. And so we've got a great array of golf products to offer for the resort, and our new golf club. And the golf club at the Sea Pines Resort, we're just excited that we're underway with our new clubhouse, scheduled to open late January to early February of 14, and it is a golf club. It's going to have a wonderful pro shop, great grill room and restaurant, a couple of meeting rooms and locker rooms that are really kind of unlike daily fee clubhouses, and the experience that the golfers are going to see every time they come there and get to use at full use. And we're also adding a learning center to our driving range, and so your golf instruction, your golf academy, we can offer the full complement of all the technology available today in golf.
Well, needless to say, for years and years, Sea Pines has had all the amenities anybody would ever want, and with the redoing of the work over at the golf club at Sea Pines, I think you're going to see that there then too. Thank you so much for joining us on this segment. You're watching Golf Center here on WHHI-TV Sports. Welcome back to Golf Center. We are joined in this segment by not only Charles Frazier right here over my right shoulder, but we're joined by Gail Wargo. Gail is the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Westin Hilton Head Island Resort and Spa. Gail, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Chris. Great to be here.
It's not a bad spot to be, is it?
It's a Chamber of Commerce day. It's beautiful.
It's a Chamber Day. Very nice. Well put. Tell us, how does the Heritage impact the Westin Resort and Spa?
Oh, we're so thrilled that the Heritage is here back on Hilton Head Island. It's very important for us to continue to build the destination of Hilton Head Island on the national stage. That not only helps the island, but it certainly helps our resort to become the type of prestigious destination that helps us compete with the great resorts in the United States.
And with the renovations you had over there, the Westin's really ready for this year, isn't it?
It's a doubly exciting year for us, that's
sure.
for sure. We just completed our $30 million in renovation. Every inch of the resort is brand new, and we're looking forward to showing it off to our guests this week.
Yeah, well, we look forward to that. And I myself, I recently joined going to the Heavenly Spa, and I have to say it really was heavenly in all ways. So great to you guys, absolutely. And can you share with us, what does the economic benefits, in particular to the Heritage, provide to the resort there?
Well, of course, it's a very busy week for us, so we're looking forward to several sellouts in a row, and we're pleased to be sponsors hosts for several of the sponsors of the tournament. But it also gives us an opportunity to bring customers in to enjoy the tournament and also experience our brand new resort. So we have about 20 national meeting planners that are coming in on a familiarization trip this weekend, so that they can understand now that both the island and the resort are among the great destinations in the United States.
So how does Hilton Head Island, basically hosting the Heritage, affect the national reputation of the island and our island as a whole as a meeting destination?
Well, it elevates all of us, and that's good for every business on Hilton Head Island. But it puts us on the map. It puts us back on the radar screen as a fabulous luxury resort that companies can bring their employees to for incentives and sales meetings, and it's going to create a memorable experience for them.
And we promise a lot of Chamber of Commerce days, right?
We guarantee them. Thank you.
Guarantee them.
And lastly, Gail, what is the impact for the Heritage event during the rest of the year for the resort? What would you say?
It does have a halo effect. There's no question about it, right? So the goodwill and the good publicity that we get during the course of the week through media releases, and the pictures that are broadcast all around the country really do have a halo effect the rest of the year and encourages visitors to come and try out our wonderful destination.
Well, that just shares that it is just a positive impact here on our community, our resorts, tourism, and of course the great prestigious PGA Tour here, who says and loves that this is their favorite stop. Thank you so much. We're really happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gail, thanks for being here.
Have a great week.
You too. We are joined in this segment by Matt Lucchesi, the PGA Director of Golf at Colleton River. Matt, thank you so much for joining us, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Absolutely. It's a great week, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
It is a great week, isn't it? Tell me, what is Colleton River doing for the RBC Heritage?
Well, we've hosted some RBC groups. We're hosting a few out throughout the week. Actually, yesterday we hosted their executive outing. They had 4 of their best players with them, Hunter Mahan, Luke Donald, Graham DeLate, and Matt Kuchar.
Nice day.
Absolutely. And they had them out at the Dye course yesterday, so we had a great day for them, and obviously the weather was wonderful. So, and then throughout the week we're hosting a few other additional groups. So it's great. It's great for the community. It's great for Hilton Head, and we're glad to help.
Harbor Town, designed by Mr. Pete Dye. One of your 2 courses over at Colleton River is also designed by Pete Dye. Tell us about the Pete Dye course and the other course over there at Colleton River.
Sure. You know, the Dye course was built in '98, the Nicholas in '91. The Dye is just a wonderful venue. It overlooks the Port Royal Sound, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful venue.
And so many places out there, that's exactly what you can see. To say it's beautiful is really kind of an understatement.
Very true.
Yeah, it is. And of course, you know, the Nicholas is just as equally as beautiful. And you know, 2 different type of architects and designers, so it's great to have. That's pretty unique for us, and a nice thing for the membership to be able to play 2 different golf courses, you know, in the morning and in the afternoon, right?
I've got to tell you my favorite though over there. What do you think my favorite is? I love the par 3 course.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Borland course. Yeah,
I love that.
That's a nice little venue as well. Yeah, it's an additional treat for everybody.
And with that, you guys have coming up the 2015 U.S. Junior Amateur you're hosting, which is really exciting. Can you share with us more about that?
Sure. 2015, it's July 20th to the 25th. We're going to be hosting that. It's going to be a great thing for the community. I'm really excited about it. We're going to be putting together some committees amongst the club, and we're going to be putting together, there's a lot of work that's involved with that, and there's a lot of transportation and housing, and then we have to do some parties as well, so, and volunteers. So we're putting all that together and trying to probably reach out to the community at some point for some assistance maybe in the volunteer aspect of it, because it takes a lot to put on a tournament such as this.
Now when you have the tournament there, they'll probably be using both of the courses for the qualifying to see who gets into match play, or which course will be hosting the match play and so on? It'll
be all at the Dye course.
It will all be at the Dye course, okay.
That's correct, yeah. So we certainly look forward to having that as a great venue for that tournament. So
for those that don't know how that works, the juniors will qualify around the country at local sites. The ones that qualify will come to Colleton River. 36 holes of qualifying, if I'm not mistaken, and the low, I believe 64, go into match play. So I think it'll be a wonderful event and something to look forward to in the future. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great Heritage Week. We thank you for joining us, and we'll be back right after this. For those of you that are going to be at the tournament this weekend, you will notice between the 17th and 18th holes a big LED screen, which is a big television, so to speak, and responsible for that is the GoVision company and Brett Amman. Brett, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell me, how does the RBC Heritage compare to other golf events you work with?
Well, you know, it's an event that I wouldn't say is on a smaller spectrum, but our involvement is, I guess, in the infancy for what they're doing with the LED screens. You know, it's the first year they've actually had a tour board that's provided outside of scoring. So what we can bring is another avenue for the experience of the customers and the clients out here to not only see the tournament being played, exposure of sponsors, and you know, you get your scoring in there as well. But it's a little smaller, but I think it's a comfortable small. I don't have to worry about running around dealing with 15 to 20 different screens. We're in one location. It's a great location, and I can open my door, and my office is the ocean.
It's right there. It's not a bad place, is it? And where did this screen that we have here at the tournament this week just come from?
We just pulled out of the Final Four in Atlanta. We do the large concert series at Brackettown, and you know, we're just supporting the Southeast, I guess, right now, all the way from
Terrific.
Texas. So.
Brett, where did the RBC Heritage LED tiles come from?
We actually just pulled them out of the Final Four itself. As I mentioned, the Bracketown Music Festival that goes on there. Many very large acts, your Ludacris of the world, Dave Matthews Band.
Really?
Sting.
So you guys are involved with all of that as well?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
That's
yes.
impressive.
Golf is just my my avenue of interest, I guess, with the company, and anything that you could think of, from an entertainment to social to just plain fun, we're involved with. So it's a neat avenue, and like I said, the golf side of things is definitely where I like to come back to. I've worked in the industry for a few years now, so.
It's fantastic.
So what other type of events do you cover with GoVision, and where are you located? Where's your headquarters?
We're in a little town called Argyle, Texas. I can guarantee there's probably about 1 or 2 people, being myself and my coworker in the town of Hilton Head currently, that know exactly where that is.
Yes, okay, gotcha.
If you were to take about 25 minutes north of Fort Worth, Texas, on I-35, we're just right off of the highway. There's cow fields and pastures all around us, and that is about it.
Okay, that works.
But the event side of things is, you know, people don't understand that, you know, we can come from anywhere. We work internationally, Canada, Mexico, and events range from major sporting events, major concerts, birthday parties if you have enough interest in that, or payment side. And you know, really there's no level of what we can't do. It's finding out what else that we haven't done yet. So there's no true definition of what we are doing in terms of events, but they're all out there, anything that you could think of. But
Brett,
golf is my favorite.
Brett, we love to have you here, and I love that you've come to Hilton Head, which is really exciting to be putting up the board. And we want to thank you for being here today, and really exciting to hear all of this. I learned a lot. I didn't know much about it, and my favorite thing is watching the Jumbotron and seeing the updates, seeing the scores, seeing everything, involvement, and really encouraging the crowd and getting us excited.
Absolutely. And you know, that's it's something that we really enjoy, being involved with the golf, and it also allows a tournament another avenue for some monetary value for, you know, the sponsorship and also the charities that they're involved with.
Well, Brett, thank you so much for being with us today. We know you have a busy week. We'd like to thank you for being with us too. You're watching Golf Center here on WHHI-TV Sports, and we'll see you next time.